G'day, it's Matt from Boys of the Bush here. We're lucky to have one of our first participants, Mums in the Year, Kerry Ann, and we're just going to have a chat about her son, Caleb. Welcome, Kerry Ann.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Tell us a little bit about Caleb in his early years, before Boys of the Bush.
So we did have some problems with Caleb. He's been a busy kid right from the time he was little. We'd seen some specialists. We got some assistance for him. My partner's in the army. Caleb's stepdad's in the army, and we got posted to Darwin when he was little. And we lived up there for 7 years. Unfortunately, he was struggling at school. School was always a problem for him. So he found other ways to entertain himself, and he started to mix with, other kids who were struggling.
Yep.
And in the Territory, there's plenty of those kids coming from really difficult home backgrounds. And I guess he found a kind of kinship with them.
Yep.
But the trouble is he started off, he took off one night. He was gone.
How old was he when he took off?
He was about 11.
Yep.
So he was gone for a 24-hour period. Nathan, his stepdad, was away. He was out bush. And I was at home with the 3 kids on my own. And he had taken off, and I was beside myself. I involved the police. And I had to fill out a missing persons report for him.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, it was horrendous. Like, it's every parent's worst nightmare. Like, it's terrible for me even to this day. And he's well bigger now, but he took off. I got the police involved. They eventually found him. They brought him home. Fast track a little bit forward, he was getting some mental health support with the child and adolescent mental health up there. But we knew that he was going to continue to hang around these kids, and so we got posted down to here thinking, all right, we'll have a clean break, at least we can get out of Darwin. We got down here and we had a bit of a reprieve for a while. It didn't last long. No, he's getting a bit older. He's a preteen. He's now an early teen. He's running in the wrong environment with the wrong kids. Well, not even.
How were you feeling at this stage?
Oh, it was terrible. The police were involved. It was just terrible. I found Boys to the Bush through a newspaper article. So I'm sitting at the coffee shop. The proprietor in town, I'm sitting at the coffee shop. I look at Nate, my partner, and I said to him, oh my God, this is what we need for Kate. And so I hunted Adam down and I managed to get him on a couple of Boys to the Bush, and Caleb loved it.
Yep, on the camps?
Yeah, on the camps.
Yep.
They weren't doing their mentoring at the schools or anything then. But I managed to get him on a couple of camps, and he couldn't wait. So in between each camp, it was like, when am I going on the next one?
Did that help his behaviour at home? So, like, looking forward to the camp, or was there the camp was seen as a reward? Did his behaviours change at home a little bit in the lead up to camps or after camps?
I honestly think he tried. Like, looking back on reflection, I think he tried, but he was just too young.
Yep.
He was emotionally not equipped.
So a roller coaster.
Yep,
Absolutely.
It was up and down all the time. Eventually, we got to the point where the police were involved, juvenile justice was involved, and all the while, the police were giving him one message, he was getting the same message at home, and thankfully, consistently, he was getting the same message from Boys to the Bush. And actually, Boys to the Bush were the only people he would listen to.
Yep.
He wasn't listening to us as parents. He wasn't engaged in any counselling that I got him involved in. He wasn't interested in anything the police had to say. In fact, the authority figure was like, I'm not having anything to do with that. He said, you should just give up. I'm not going to stop this. And I said, but I'm your mum and I love you and I promised you that I would not give up on you. And I said to him, and anyhow, it's just an opportunity for you to give up on yourself, because if I don't care, then who does? He said, I just wish you wouldn't. I said, well, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to. And And I said, I promised you before that I will be here at the start and I'll be here at the end. And it doesn't matter where you go or what you do, I will hunt you down. If you get into trouble, I will find you and I will hunt you down. If I know that you're in G Block, I will go there and I will get you. And he goes, oh, I don't want you to do that. And I said, well, it's just too bad.
Yeah,
I'm not giving up.
that's a credit to you.
I really, when we were really struggling with him, we wouldn't have been able to survive without Boys to the Bush. I honestly believe that to be the case. Because literally, the Boys to the Bush message, which was the same stuff he was getting from everybody else, was the only one that was sinking in.
That he connected with.